bashing I like to do. Yeah. Yeah. So, welcome back to Dealing Seconds podcast. I'm Chris.
Danny,
Damn, Dan, that's all ASMR right there.
we're gonna do the whole podcast like this today.
You're throwing ASMR slash country vibes.
Like, you remember Love Line?
No.
You don't remember Love Line with I can't remember their fucking names. God damn it.
Gotta remember, gotta remember, Dan, I'm younger than you.
Adam Carolla and Doctor whatever his face is.
Was that like the man show?
It was right before it was before the Man Show. Yeah, they had this
Yeah.
like
See, I vaguely remember the man show, but I don't remember anything before that.
they had a radio show. I can't remember the dude's name, but whatever, it doesn't matter. Anyway, hey, welcome. We're back
We're
again
again
or
today.
something.
Yeah, we're recording on a Monday night, which is our usual times to record.
Monday.
No, so I was thinking, Dan, for a little topic for today, I was thinking like I like topics, not topics, I should say, more like styles or trends or things that we want to see maybe gone away from in the community, or maybe topics or trends or things that we want to see more of in the community. Because there's like, for example, past year or so, we had a huge thing with foil or
Foil,
hollow
foil,
hollow
foil.
foil, hollow
Hollow
foil,
foil. Yeah.
holographic everything. And I think it was just for me. I think it was overdone. I'm glad that we're not, and I'm glad that we've gone away from the hollow foil. I still like foil, but not hollow foil. Um, but I thought maybe we could talk about like what do you see? Maybe I'll talk about what I see, and maybe things that we want to see in the community, things we don't want to see in the community anymore. What do you think?
Yeah, yeah. Sounds good to me.
Anything off the top of your head hitting you like, hey, I'm done with this trend or done with this
I
style of cards.
I am This is gonna sound kind of funny, but I am kind of done with the quick releases with some of these people. Just all companies just like
Yep.
fire them off. I'm kind of over that. I'm kind of so I wish we could kind of slow down just a little bit.
Hmm.
I don't mind like maybe like a Kickstarter campaign that has like multiple offerings if I know it's a once a year thing,
Hmm.
maybe, Um but yeah, just like the constant releases. I do kind of lean like people can be more like Chris Ramsey as far as release schedule goes, maybe even Orbit, to be honest with you. But
What about when you're saying like quick releases in regards to like campaigns? Because sometimes we've seen creators like they'll finish a campaign not, hasn't even started fulfilling it, and they're already throwing out another campaign. Do you think that's
I'm
too much?
no, I don't. And that's only because since COVID changed that, we're everybody's still feeling the effects of you know, turnaround time on decks. Like before COVID, it was you can get a deck printed with the United States Playing Card Company in what 6 weeks. Now it's 12 or more. So I get it. You have creators out there that have plans and want to pump out a certain amount of campaigns a year. Um, if they have the clout and to we know they have the reputation to fulfill a project, even though they put another Kickstarter out before that one's fulfilled. I'm okay with it. If you're there on shaky ground or whatever, then no,
Hmm.
no, you don't.
Yeah, so
Um,
basically, so you're saying like a first time creator, for example, don't put out two campaigns back to back. If
oh
you
God,
fund,
no.
wait, let your first campaign fulfill.
Yeah,
Let it show your backers that they can trust you, that you don't have any problems fulfilling, and be truthful, and then put a campaign instead of saying, hey, this is my first deck. I just funded. I am 2 months out from fulfilling, but here's another campaign
yeah,
because that's a little bit too much asking your backers to back you a second time when they haven't even
I think so.
received the
Yeah, but
first.
that just comes down to the creator. Like Emily, Luke Wadey, Daniel Schneider, like those type of people. I don't mind. I know they tried to launch the second campaign when the decks from the previous one have at least been printed and maybe on their way to the fulfillment center. Like that's okay.
Yeah.
I don't mind because then that means I'm going to get their decks quicker. Because like what, but before COVID, that's how fast decks were coming out. So they're just trying to make up for
for
lost time and
yeah.
maybe like it's that dead time in a campaign after a campaign funds. You have months of nothing going on because you're just sitting in the printing queue. So
Hmm.
yeah, I don't mind, but
Yeah.
it comes down to the person.
Yeah, it comes down to the person. I mean, but then like you were saying before, there are people like not putting out decks as often as as often. For example, like you said, Chris Ramsey, he doesn't. I mean, before he put out his latest deck, the first bicycle collab deck, he put out the first V4s, and that was what, maybe like a year and a half ago.
Yeah, I think he's doing year and a half, maybe two.
Yeah, it's one.
Like,
It's like
yeah,
one deck a year, or like one deck every year and a half, which is fine, you know. But then you
which
also
was
have,
which Orbit was doing until these collabs kind of fill in the gap between the main releases.
I mean, true, but they're not oversaturating the market.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think they are. But then there are other companies that will just pump out decks left and right. And it's like, granted,
Penguin, OPC,
and
Fontaine, like that kind of,
but
yeah,
and Theory 11 and things like that, they pump out
yeah,
decks like this no tomorrow. But granted, like for example, Penguin, one thing they do great, their decks are always a certain price. Like
yeah.
they never go over. I mean, Theory 11 has gotten up in price a little bit, but that's because of you know material
Price
costs,
increases, yeah,
inflation happens all the time. But you're still getting your decks, you know, which I'm fine with. I'm like, okay, as long as it's a specific amount, I know the price is going to be, I know I'm going to get my stuff. I'm fine with that.
yeah.
But like newer creators or like small time creators that are just pumping out stuff left and right, it's just like, I think enough is enough. You know,
Yeah, yeah. So
wait.
I would like a little slowdown on some end, but I mean, let's be honest, I don't really buy a lot anymore, so
Nor
that
do I.
doesn't affect me too much.
Yeah, nor do I. I mean,
But
I think both you and I, Dan, have come to our realization in our collecting, I would say, career, that we're at the point now where we're like, you know what, we're just gonna collect what we really like and what we really want, and we don't need everything anymore.
right,
You know?
and then this kind of segues into like what trends would you kind of like to see? What I would like to see is a halt on moving forward. Like we did the the hollow foil thing. A lot of people are doing the foils and the cold foil, me included. But and going big. Everyone wants the big next thing. I would like to slow down and kind of reel that all in and go back to just simple, campaigns or simple releases. Like and I know people aren't going to do that,
Yeah,
but I think maybe these huge bells and whistle releases is getting a little too much,
I think
and I
just
would like
having,
to go back to like simple campaigns, like the chill. Only because they're right here, Chili's. I mean, hell, even Emily's stuff is simple. False anchors, they're not going crazy, and they could if they wanted to, you know.
yeah, oh,
Hell,
100%.
even Brad Gabbard at Native Studio, like he's done stuff that's kind of for, but he kind of keeps it within a.
Within a
Now he has
specific
like
style.
800 versions of the same deck with different tucks, but you don't need to
Yeah,
get them all because the cards aren't different. Like,
yeah.
but that's okay. But like, I would like hell Jet Setters.
You know what you're getting.
I love his campaigns. They're
Simple, precise.
simple. Yeah. So I don't know. I kind of.
I mean, I think the over extravagant campaigns, in my opinion, have gone a little bit too far. Like you said, I think there's too much going on. I think there's too much, you know. On top of that, it's like between there's so much to read through, and then there's so much to like the further like unlocking of campaigns. Like, oh, if we reach this, we unlock this, then this, then this, then this. It's like I'd rather see people just give everything all at once. Be like, here's everything I want to do,
Hmm.
whether you like it or not. This is exactly what I'm trying to do. There's no more
Yeah.
unlocking. This is what I want to do.
And
And
like
I don't mind that. I don't mind if a campaign is big that way. Like if a campaign is huge that way, at least the creator saying, you know what, I want to tell you everything in my plan, and whether you want to back me or not, it's up to you. But I'm not hiding anything. I'm being
yeah,
transparent.
no surprises. Like perfect example lately is Wounded Corner, right? He's just like, here it is.
Hmm.
Here's my 3 or 4 decks. Here's all the gilded versions. Here's all the add-on. Like, here it is. There's no stretch goals. This is the entire campaign.
Yeah,
Boom, here you go.
yeah. You knew exactly what you were getting.
Yeah.
No ifs, ands, or buts. And
And then
I
like
appreciate it. I
yeah,
appreciate
and
that though.
like just go back to Native Tongue when he did the Nightmare Dreams. it was he did have stretch goals, but he had a lot
Yeah.
unlocked right out the gate. I think his campaign was north of 30 grand
I mean, hell,
goal.
even his newer one that he just did,
Yeah.
and that was huge. That
And
thing
then
was
there were some goals in there,
there were,
but like you
but
felt like if you didn't get any goals, that campaign was very
intense.
fruitful,
Oh yeah,
right?
it was intense.
Gilded, all carrot cake, all that stuff was right
Yeah.
at the available. So I,
But then
I do like that though. I do
but then
like
I
you
like
know what?
yeah, but then I also like we were saying before, like I like when creators like perfect example for this one, wherein creators give like let's say package deals. We think automatically Weighty and Schneider. When
Oh,
they do
not yeah, those two are the best in the business at it.
package deals, I mean, hey,
And
you're
throw
getting
native tongue in
X,
there.
yeah, you get X, Y, and Z on this tier. The next tier you get all the first tier plus a little bit more. Or some
Mhm.
places have, hey, go for the most expensive tier. Whatever unlocks throughout the campaign,
You
you don't
get
have
it.
to. You get it, and you know what? But at least you know. But they tell you what's supposed to be unlocking.
Yeah,
Like what they don't have anything hidden behind like a secret unlock tier. No, you know exactly every tier. So if you bang out to that one, hey, you get everything.
right.
Which I think is a great idea.
Yeah, I
But
think so
but
too.
but I don't like that whole like, hey, I have something really special in my back pocket. I don't want to tell you, but I
And I've
have
done
it.
that.
I mean, we all have. I mean, I've seen
Yeah.
creators do it. I mean,
Or you know what I also don't like is, hey, here's the top tier, and that's the only way to get this certain deck. That's the thing I don't.
I also don't.
Locking decks behind paywalls.
That's what I'm about to say. I don't like that.
Don't like that. I don't care who you are.
It's almost like they and you know what other thing that what other not even in our community does that. A lot of video games do that. They do the pay for play type thing. Like
Oh,
sometimes they be like,
totally.
"Hey, you want this?" Whether it's for example Fortnite or Magic the Gathering, or for you it's Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Like, hey, you want this crazy skin or this thing to be unlocked?
Hmm.
You have to pay XYZ amount.
Yep.
You know, and it just gets way too much. Like for me, I'm like playing Magic the Gathering, as everybody knows who follows us on Instagram. By the way, links in the description to follow us. Um, I play a ton of Magic the Gathering. You guys know that. And some of these cards are freaking expensive, and I collect. So then I build decks. So,
Hmm.
next thing you know, to be able to keep up in games, I have to buy these higher, more expensive cards because they're very efficient. Granted, I can get cheaper cards and do roughly the same thing I want to do, but that one card does the same efficiency as, let's say, three or four other cards. So I'm like,
Right.
so I have to pay more but achieve more. It's like I don't know if that comes across a little bit, you know.
Well, yeah. I mean, your example with video games is perfect. Do you remember? I don't know if you remember, but like years ago, EA
Hmm.
would release a game, and you had to buy. They had the online pass that came with each game, and then if you bought that used, if you wanted to play online, you had to pay $10 to
Yep.
get access to play. Like,
Yep.
oh man, that was peak
That was
douchebagginess.
100%. That was a complete douchebag. And you're like, fucking a, I can't even do this. But yeah,
Yeah.
after a while, I think hiding stuff behind paywalls is stupid. I think it's just like,
Yes.
I think it's like, no, we're already giving you X amount of money. Why do we need to pay more to get something really special?
Yes.
It's like,
And I don't like that.
no, and then it's also some of these campaigns, and I'm not gonna say any campaign in general, but we've all seen them. There have been a lot of campaigns that you know make you shell out an arm and a leg just to get something really cool by their standards. Whether it be a buff to spend XYZ amount more to get
Mhm.
that, or to even be considered for that. And it's
Right.
like I'm like no, I'm like God no. I'm done with that. I just like you said, I want to go back to basics. Let's bring about the basic decks. Let's bring about how we wanted to do. Little selfless plug. We wanted to do Nux.
Like, remember when these were the shit? Like everybody had something to say about them, but if you ever handled a knock, you know why
Yeah,
they're
hell,
successful.
I'll even say this way: bring it back to basics. Writer backs. I mean, nothing gets more basic than
Right.
a regular writer back.
No.
You know,
No, it doesn't.
even if you just go to standard blue or red writer backs, you're good. Yeah,
Actually,
just
this is one I got at the grocery store because I didn't have a deck on me that day, and I bought it.
oh, dude, dude, have Do you feel naked when you don't have a deck of cards in like your pocket or something?
Yes, and even if I'm not going to do anything with it,
I have
I
it.
have to have one in there at all times.
Oh, I'm dude. There have been so many times I felt like you. Like I'll leave my house. I have like this thing like, wallet, cell phone, keys. Now I have to do deck of
Really?
cards.
I do keys, wallet, phone.
I do something in that manner. But I'm like I
Keys, wallet, phone, headphones,
yes.
and cards.
Yep. Cards I always end up forgetting because I'm like, oh, what cards am I doing today? Like I have like a deck check for myself. Segue. What are you using? Deck check
Well,
time
I'm not gonna put these away because these don't count. I brought this out for.
for showing purposes. We'll get back to the guys. We'll get back to what we're talking about. But deck check time.
Oh,
We haven't done
I
this in a while.
I whipped this out. The
What's
Arrow
this?
V3 limited edition.
That's what she said.
Featuring some of the best fans.
See, I have that. I refuse to open it.
Look at that though, man. And then this way, since it's a one way back, the fans differently.
I know.
And then you got
Yeah.
whoa.
Dude, you just reminded me of that video that was like of the two girls drinking like Sprite or something, like getting
Yeah.
really, and all of a
I
sudden,
can't.
okay. She's like, oh.
No, nothing beats that dude that tried to chug it and then and he's like, oh, I can't breathe. And then he like, what do I do? And then he turns around, runs his head into the garage.
I've never seen that one.
Oh, I gotta find it because that's probably one of my favorite things to watch on the internet ever.
I have never seen that one. That one's hilarious.
Yeah,
That sounds
but
hilarious.
anyway, so yeah, Arrow V3 limited edition by Mr. Luke Wady.
Me, I am using the Circus deck. This I actually
Hell
got.
yeah!
First off, we all know Dan loves Circus. The
Boom.
yeah.
I got married there in Reno at that
Congrats.
hotel. I was just there.
See, it's apropos for you. No, but the reason why I'm using these, a good friend Sean, we all know him, Fix It Frisian. He sent me these in the package, and I was like super
Mind
stoked to get
fuck.
these. Dude, these are my first ever casino circus decks. I'm like, okay. I'm like, interesting. This reminds me of the TVs back in the day, the static, the snow on
Yeah.
the TV. Like when you're going to channel 3 and you have to like watch either cable.
Without even looking
or-
at this, this is probably what, mid 90s,
has to be
and they used them into the 2000s.
probably.
Oh my lord.
Uh-oh.
These were born in 2019. You know what? I think that's right. I think they did use these up till COVID.
Jeez. And of course, everybody knows the major, big freaking indexes on these.
Well, yeah.
And
The
misprinting.
cameras in the sky got to catch what you're doing.
Yeah. It's insane. No, so getting back, so those were our deck checks. And guys, let us know in the comments what you guys have been
Little
using
thick.
lately. I know they are thick and I like it. Let us know what you guys been using also. No, but I was saying like I do a deck check. Like I feel like okay, or a stock check. Does it feel good today? Like I'll do a spring, a dribble.
See if it's got the click.
Yeah, if it has the click, or is it like does it feel right for today? Or I also go by color, being like okay, is it going to match what I'm wearing today? Like I got to match.
Okay, Alex Pandrea.
See, I'm not okay. Pandrea is always put together with the suit nowadays. I mean, I don't know how he is nowadays with this kid. There's this kid. Now the question is, do you think his kid now wears like, is it a boy or girl, or in general, whether he has a boy or girl?
Yeah, forgot.
Sorry, Alex, you're never gonna watch
Yeah.
this. I'm sorry.
Never.
I know your kid's name is Atlas though. That I do know. So it's probably a boy.
How long?
So-
How long till we get a deck from him named Atlas?
I'm gonna wait till his first birthday.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm gonna say the kid's first birthday. You'll be a deck named Atlas.
Sorry, I'm just fiddling here.
No, but I was saying. So I was like, do you do that? Do you also be like, hey, I don't care what deck it is. I just have to have a deck of cards in my hand, or do you?
Yeah, I don't do the matching thing. No.
See, I'm more matching is like more secondary for me. Is like how does it feel good today? Like I'll do the feel good.
Usually, because I have like 7 decks on my card, but I'm not using my card during the work week anymore. So yeah, I have this collection here of about 30 decks that are in my normal rotation. There's right here on my desk. My desk is a mess. Then I also have hundreds of decks over here that are open. So like last week I was just taking random things I have on my bottom shelf that I haven't looked at in years. Like I was using um Svengali,
Oh,
the airport deck.
oh shit.
That was random, right? Or I grabbed a random Theory 11 deck the other day. I think one of the Avenger decks.
Huh.
Oh, and I grabbed a Monarch. I grabbed my Monarchs first time in years.
Yeah, because we always forget about them.
Yeah.
We always talk about them, but we forget about
So
them.
I've been kind of going back into the archive.
Yeah, I have so many cards. Honestly, I go back. I have, like you, I have a on deck section where I'm like, by my desk, I have the cards I'm going to always use that I like
Yep.
using the most, and then I have like sporadically thrown around the house. Like, okay, here this drawer has decks I'm just going to store. I don't care about. This box in my closet has all my crap shit that I don't care about anymore. I put them away. Things like that.
Yeah. I have some in my bedroom.
See, unfortunately, I live in a studio, so my
Yeah.
bedroom is my living room, which is also my dining room, which is also everything. So, New York for you.
Oh, to live alone.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Now, let me ask you then. Do you
Mhm.
see, as far as a trend, now we're still going on to about trends and whatnot. Um, do you think moving away from USPCC is a good thing or bad thing?
I think it's a great thing.
Using different printers.
Yes, 100%.
I totally agree with you on that one. I'm not gonna lie. I totally agree with you because I think there's so
I
many
know you
benefits.
have your United States Playing Card Company purists,
Oh,
and
100%.
I get it because
Yeah.
they will always have the best stock. Always. But there's so much other things out there.
Yeah.
They're not, I mean, even just look at NPC, make playing cards. Like in the how long have I been doing that? Well, it's like 4 or 5 years that I've been making cards or whatever, making prototypes from them. Their first prototype to the one I just got a few weeks ago are completely different. They have stepped up their game and they're just print to order.
Yeah. I think they're the next company. I think because everybody uses them. We all know that.
Everybody. Yep.
Everybody uses them. But I think they're trying to become a mass producer on a scale that people want. Like let's say a Legends or a Cardamundi. And they have the capability of doing it. I mean, granted, they're able to print out like a small custom order run of let's say 40 decks.
Yeah.
They can bang that out in a couple weeks and send it out to you in a month. So like if they can do that, I mean, granted, a few thousand is a lot, but if they're doing that
Mm-hmm.
on a regular basis, how many decks? Think about it. If you're doing, let's say, 100 different designs of cards, 40 decks each, that's 4,000 decks of cards
Yeah.
in a month. So if you take instead of having to redo the printing process, one deck you could bang that out in no time for like 2,000 decks, let's say, or 2,500. You could bang that out in no time.
Right. And I've never used their because they do deck releases of their own on their own stock, but I have never used their higher stock that you need to
Well,
print a certain amount with.
the one deck, if I have, let me see if I have it right next
Because
to
the
me.
one deck I do is like that clear deck. Obviously, that's not a good barometer.
No, a barometer of styles. Do I not have it next to me? I don't think I
But
have
I
it.
don't. Yeah, I don't think I have.
No, I don't have it next to me right now. So everybody, I mean, people know, Cactus playing cards,
Yes,
Jaren. Great guy, awesome guy. He actually, his last campaign that he did with a deck of cards, the blue campaign, was
was
actually
with
done
NPC,
was
right?
with NPC on.
Yeah,
He did. I think it was only a few hundred decks or so, but
print what's made, basically, right?
yeah, print was made, and it
Yeah,
was great quality. Honestly, I was shocked. I was shocked because I'm like, wait, if they can do this on this scale, imagine if somebody who spends good money with them
right,
to get a better quality stock, what that would feel like. And of
right.
course, I've seen. I mean, they're also doing now hollow foil, which we were saying is I think is a little bit overrated, but I would like to see the regular foil done, like how they do with regular foiling and
Yeah,
things like
but
that.
I don't want to spend $50 for one deck to see how it looks.
No, no, I think that's too much. I think
Yeah,
that's too much. I
but
would
no,
like to.
I think using other printers is great, like Legends, Hanson Chen, right? With the
Yeah, the cold
like
foil.
my favorite deck from them is the cold foil Black Roses, right? Because
Extremely smooth.
it's elegant and it's small
Yeah,
use of foil, but it's used right. You got Legends, which is kind of the company that a lot of people are going to, where you got these
yeah.
from Four Clans.
Or you
You
also have
know,
or you also have a good deck that was just recently released and fulfilled was
ah,
Ver-
yeah,
Verdana and Botanica decks
yep, and those were
by
done
our
with
friend.
Legends as
Yeah,
well.
by our
Yep,
friend Jamie.
yep.
Bacon
And then
Wines.
then you got, Jet
E-
Setters, the expert still
Well,
around.
the one thing I like about Expert, I do like their stock because it's thick,
I
and
like this
they
stock that he's been using the last few decks. Jet
well,
Setters. I've
you
been
know
liking
what?
there.
You know what's funny? I've actually told him this that these three decks from Jet Setters, the original
Yes,
three, feel so much different than
so different.
those that we have now. But every time I've talked to Paul, he was like, "These are the same stock." I'm like, "There's no way.
No way.
These
Unless they
feel
changed up their process.
in my opinion, these are so smooth.
And
I
good tucks from them too, by the
oh
way.
yeah, it's almost like plastic, which is crazy.
Yeah.
And durable tucks. Now
And
question
then
for you.
and then Cardamundi, of course, right?
Of course, Cardamundi. Now let me. I was actually about to ask you this one because this is a hot topic for people.
Remember that
Uh,
store, Hot Topic in the mall?
oh my god, thought topic
Yeah.
where all the
We still
tweens
have
and
one.
yeah, where all the teens and tweens go to think that they're hot shit, and they're really not. Um, let me ask you something.
Mhm.
And this is a debated topic, and there's no right or wrong answer on this one. This it's just personal preference. Do you prefer thin, like super thin crush stock, or a little thicker stock? Like, for example, people will swear by the Cardamundi B9 Slimline.
It
Some people swear by bicycle B stock, or and then there's crush stock, and then there's the legends and Hansen Chen. Then again, Hansen Chen smells like shit, but the cards are great.
Look, here. I'll just say this. Okay.
And there's no
I don't
guys.
really care.
I'm also whoever's listening, guys. I have no, I have my own personal preference in stock. But then again, whatever you guys like, that's on you. People
Yeah.
have different
And
preferences.
and I don't really care. But if I were to tell you my two favorite decks to use are these two. Like what crush stock, I'm assuming. I don't know. There's something about this deck that just feel to me. Of course, I love Richard Turner's bikes as well, but lately if I go grab a bicycle deck, it's this guy. I just love the way it shuffles.
Yeah.
And this is I just opened this. This is only my second one that I've used, and I used the first one since they released.
Damn.
Okay. This thing has held out better than any other Orbit deck that I have. And I don't know why, but I just love this thing, the way it handles.
And those are both USPCC though.
Yeah, they are.
And
So
like
what does that tell you?
we say USPCC typically has really good stock, and
Oh,
people love
and
it.
I really like this one too.
Another USPCC deck.
The Orbit Tally. But then on the other flip side, like I really love the Chili's.
Yeah.
or Emily's the mountain deck, the black one, the elevation, the black one, like that one I really like. That Cardamundi, so you can see it doesn't
Now,
really matter.
now for me, it's like for me it's interesting because I love, for example, like when Paul did with EPCC, the whole Jet Setters decks, those nicer,
Yeah.
thicker stock. But it's funny, like I love a thicker stock. So for me, one of my favorite stocks, and I think people know this by now, and it's not even USPCC. I like the original.
Thick.
No,
Oh, okay.
go with
Yeah,
your.
yeah.
This is the actual original True Linen B9 finish, the thicker stock. Granted, these this is another deck by Sean. Thank you very much, Sean. He knows I so with me, everybody knows I have huge, humongous ape-like hands where they're freaking huge.
Yep.
And thinner decks for me don't feel well in my hands, so I like them thicker. And for me, so I have a B9 slimline, a B9, and a regular deck side by side. Let's see if I could get these to line up. You can see how much thicker one is compared to the other.
Yeah, you.
But I like the B9 True Linen finish more. There's only one problem I see with them, and I think people know about it. They poop out way too fast.
Oh, they clump fast.
They clump like there's no tomorrow. Quick, like I could probably use this deck for maybe 2 weeks.
Which is why this blows my mind. This took forever for me to clump on me. I don't understand. But then like Orbit's the 5, that weird bluish one,
Yeah.
that one pooped on me like after a month. And I never use that deck anymore because like this one
Yes.
hasn't pooped out on me either.
The
This
two,
one's been
right?
beat up.
That's the V2 or V3?
3,
Three.
4.
Sorry. 4. Sorry. No, but yeah, so this is actually my personal favorite. I love these cards because they're thicker. They
Mhm.
feel better in my hands. I can control them better. Just for me. This is me personally, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm not saying.
No, everybody else is wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry, you guys. I hate. Yeah.
But then like the gold artisans, those handle great.
And they're foil.
So yeah,
and
see,
everything.
it also will depend on what on the print because my freshman year is on just regular old USPCC stock, but and even sophomore year they
You
came
must
out
have had.
so well.
You must have had like angel tears falling into the water that ended up making that paper.
Yeah, I
Because
don't
those
know, and
things
I know
were.
Solomon with his bubblegum deck, him hit that, and my freshman year printed around the same time, and they both came out handling like almost crush stock almost. It was crazy.
You literally
You know,
had like.
maybe it's like when you go to the deli, you want that old oil in there. You don't want the fresh new oil. You want the old one that's seen some shit to really make your chicken tenders taste good.
No.
No?
No. See, the only thing I could consider similar to that is like in a lot of Hispanic cultures, we have a thing called a plancha. So it's basically the big flat skillet, like a huge like
Okay.
flat skillet that goes
Yeah,
on
yeah.
top. But it never gets cleaned properly. It's always just you keep cooking on it, but the oil comes off, but you just keep cooking on it, so it naturally gets seasoned. So instead,
So
it's
so a cast iron skillet for white people,
yes,
right?
but
'Cause-
but the thing is
right.
like with planchas, they're huge. When I mean huge, cast iron skillets you get them different sizes, of course.
Right. And this thing's
This
ginormous,
thing's
right?
it takes up
Yeah.
like 2 burners. It's like
Nice.
bang, you're getting it, and everything. I mean, when I mean everything cooks on it like cast iron. I mean, there's times where I've done meat, fish, and then vegetables right after, and it all gets seasoned perfectly. And I barely put any seasoning. And Hispanics, we put adobo on everything,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
which is it's basically our like it's our sazon. It's you have to have adobo on everything, and
Yes, you
adobo
do.
for Hispanics are different than adobo in, let's say, the Philippines. Adobo in Philippines is a little bit different. But for Hispanics, it's sacrilegious if you don't have adobo. It's to the point where my Polish grandmother loves adobo, and I have to send her freaking bottles to Europe. I'm not even joking. She asks me, she's like, "Can you please throw a couple more bottles of adobo? I ran out." And
Nice.
over there, everybody's like, "Oh my god, this tastes so delicious. What did you do?" She's like, "Seasoning." I'm
I
like,
got it from New York.
yeah. When she came here for the first time after I was born, my mom got, mind you, my mom was whiter than white. My mom was an Eastern European Polish white woman. She could cook some Spanish food. She made some pork butt. She made everything and used adobo all the time, to the point where my grandmother was like, "This is delicious." My mom's like, "Yeah, we actually use seasoning here." I'm like, wow, wow. But yeah,
It's like me with garlic.
oh,
That
garlic
shit
can,
goes on everything.
oh, garlic is delicious. It can be overpowering though. Can be
Mm,
overpowering.
doesn't matter.
I mean, you know what I
Not if you
love?
cook it right.
No, but good garlic is when you actually take a nice like head of garlic and roast a good head of garlic, get it nice and mushy, and just use it like butter on a nice piece of toasted bread. Oh, it's the best thing ever. Like it's sweet
No,
and
you take that and you melt it with you mix it with some butter and you get some garlic butter going, bro.
fuck the butter. I'm just gonna do it that way.
Hey, we're in California. We need butter.
Well, then again, you also do
This don't
avocado.
come from nowhere.
Well, you guys also do avocados and everything.
Dude, avocados. I don't know why they get a bad rap outside of California. They're fucking delicious.
They are, but they're goddamn fucking expensive.
Yeah, but they're delicious.
But they're expensive.
Get that with some nice like bread, with seeds and
Sourdough.
shit in it. Oh, not sourdough. Well, yeah, of course sourdough because San Francisco. But you know, a nice seeded bread like Dave's Killer Bread. Do you have that out there? I don't know if you do.
See,
That shit's good.
I'm very particular with the bread I buy
So this
because
bread was made by a guy. He came up with the recipe while he was in prison. That's why it's called Killer Dave because that's what he started. He started a business when he
see
got out.
I'm very particular because my mom growing up, I basically stayed at a bakery. My mom worked at a bakery for 25 plus years.
Okay, so
So
you can be a little picky with it.
yeah, a kosher bakery, mind you. So we had really good bagels and we had really good freaking bread. That's the two things I grew up on: bagels and bread in
It's the
general.
one thing I would love to go to New York, if only just to have a New York bagel.
You have
Because
not lived.
I know it's not they're not that they cannot be compared out here to yours. I know that we have
It's
good
not.
ones, but I know they're not the best, and I've
Oh yeah.
never had one
Oh yeah.
over there. But I know.
You also have to go to the right bagel spot too. You can't just go to like. I mean, granted, you have the bodega bagels here. And for those
No,
of you who,
you go ask a local where to go.
yeah,
You don't ask the tourist where to go.
no, 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 no. And by the way,
Just like
people ask me,
if you come out here and you want Mexican food, I'll be like, you got to go to the rough neighborhoods. You got to go to the place that looks like it shouldn't even be open for health code violation.
unless
That's where you go.
no, but unless you're James, then he'll take you to Taco Bell.
Fucking James lives near the border and he goes to Taco Bell. I mean, I used
and he's Mexican.
and he's Mexican. I used to go to my old buddy used to be in the Navy and he was stationed in San Diego. So I'd go down there a couple of times while he was stationed down there. And San Diego has great Mexican food because it's on the border. But two, Tijuana was like a 30-minute walk.
Oh, you know who said, mind you, we're talking about Mexican food and food like that. Of course, you know the actor who plays Mandalorian.
Oh yes, Pascal, man.
So he was on an episode of Hot Ones recently,
Yes, he was excellent.
and he said one thing to know: New York has horrible Mexican food.
Yeah, I would imagine. I would
Yeah,
imagine so, right?
I wouldn't put it past New York. The only good Mexican food you will get in New York is when you have grandma making it at home. That is
Yeah,
the
yeah.
only time.
See,
Otherwise,
in California, has good. Like, well,
well,
bury you down.
yes, it
Don't
can.
go up.
No, no, you have to go down. You have to stay
Yeah, you go
down.
down.
Like L.A. lower, San Diego. You're going
Like I would
further.
say, like that Arizona, Texas. I'm sure, but Texas got the barbecue, but they've got to have good Mexican because you're right
Well,
there.
I've had really good. I've had really good Tex-Mex over there too.
Yeah, because you've been to Texas. So
Yeah, it's still Tex-Mex is delicious. Barbecue in general is delicious in Texas.
cooking with dealing seconds.
I know, right? We're all over the place right now. We are food, this, that. I love
But
it.
see out here when I cook dinner, it's all about the tri-tip.
Mm,
That's my go-to in my burgers. You can't beat my burgers,
mm.
bro.
There's one thing. So if you ever decide to come to New York, if you ever do, besides us going to baseball games, that's just a given.
Mhm.
We'll go to the oldest deli in New York, Katz's Deli, on East Houston Street. It's not East Houston Street. It's East Houston. When you come to New York, remember that it's Houston,
Okay.
not Houston. Spelled the same way as Houston, but it's pronounced Houston. And there's an East and the West, so you go to East Houston. But there's Katz's Deli. I grew up right next door to Katz's Deli, so I am familiar. I've had their pastrami. I've had everything there. Their hot dogs, pastrami, the sausages. I've eaten it all my life because I literally grew up at my mama's
Mhm.
bakery was down the block. Most overrated thing, their pastrami.
Huh.
I don't like it.
See, that's another thing about New York. Yeah, you guys have supposed to have good delis.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
everybody loves Katz's Deli. Like but then over there it's like when you go there and you ask for a sandwich, it's like literally like a 5 inch
One of those
thick.
fucking like
It's
sandwiches.
stacked.
Yeah.
You're not leaving there hungry. That's for damn sure. But you're also paying an arm and a leg. But again, to each their own. You have to try it at least once. I always say that to people. Try Katz's at least once. Get
Yeah.
the experience in it, and make your own decision. Me, I think it's because I had it so many times. I'm like,
Right.
whatever.
Yeah. It's your it's just normal to you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for me, it's like,
Yeah.
Um,
It's like if you go to Philadelphia, it's all about the cheesesteaks, right? You go to Texas, the barbecue.
Overrated.
Kansas City, the barbecue.
Overrated.
What? Barbecue?
No, Philly cheesesteaks overrated. Well, I went to the two famous ones, Pat's and Dino's. I went on the same night, back to back.
Now, do you think they're overrated or do you think they were overhyped? Because
Both.
I know every region has their version of it, right?
Yeah, no, I think it's both. I think they were overrated and overhyped.
Yeah.
Personally.
Just like I feel like if I go to Chicago and I eat a deep dish pizza, I'm going to be disappointed because that's all I fucking keep hearing about.
Yeah,
But like I know for a fact that if I had a thin slice of New York pizza, that I fucking love it. But Chicago's got me worried because that's like all Chicago has is wind and pizza and the
That's
cups.
true. That is true. Well, the
where
Cubs.
you and me here in California, we have many of our things. We're
That's
not
true.
focused on just one
That is true.
thing. Sorry if you live in Chicago, and prove me wrong if you do. But like, fuck, you come out here, you sourdough,
Yeah.
clam chowder, seafood, right?
Well, then again, New England clam chowder is better.
But I like both. Why can't there be both?
I don't.
They're completely different from each other almost.
I like the creamy version personally. Just saying.
Yeah, but then we, you know what? Get that and put it in our sourdough bowls, and we're good to go.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Okay.
100%.
Crab.
Oh,
Mexican food.
Now we're getting hungry.
Chinese food is pretty damn good out here too.
I think we need to finish this up so we can go eat. I think that's what's happening right now. Shit, now I'm getting hungry.
Hey. Totally off topic. The Oakland East Coliseum. They just sell Coke now instead of Pepsi. It's the best move they've made all last 3 years.
They actually did a Coke sponsorship. Wow. Is that a noodle shirt?
No, so this is
almost looks like Darren's noodles that he put on a shirt.
It kind of does look like the noodles, doesn't it? This is part of the city of Oakland has a tree, and this is the top of the tree for their symbol over a baseball diamond.
See, I was looking at that. I'm thinking, did Darren make you that?
No, it's I don't have the logo anywhere, but like it literally that. It's like this is the top of the tree.
I mean, I wouldn't put it past Darren to do something like that though.
Oak land, oak trees. That's where the name comes from. The shirt is, by the way, shameless plug. One of my favorite companies to buy stuff for, Last Dive Bar, which refers to the Oakland Coliseum, which is the oldest baseball stadium. And it's terrible. It's awful. We hate it, but we love it at the same time because it really does feel like a dive bar, especially when there's only 100 people there at this game. I'll be there this Thursday.
This says a lot.
Opening day.
Says a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, then I think we talked about it a little bit. I think we went over what we needed to go over. Just had some fun.
And maybe more.
I mean, we went. Whoa, we went off top. I mean, now I'm hungry. Shit, it's almost 10:30 at night here in New York when we're recording.
Dude, it's only 7:30, bro. I'm gonna get some sausages and play me some MLB The Show 23. If you have it, hit me up.
See, I was gonna play Fortnite, but I don't know if I should play Fortnite tonight. Do I want to play Fortnite? I don't know. We'll see. We shall see. If my friends are on, maybe I'll play some Fortnite. We will see. But on that note, guys, we will check you out. And again, follow us on all our, everything will be in the description below. Link us up. If you guys want to be on the podcast, please hit us up. Let us know what you want to hear. Let us know what you want us to talk about. We will definitely do it for you guys. But let us know. Reach out. We want to talk to you guys. We have a couple guests on the lineup soon. Couple maybe the next couple.
Loaded in the chamber.
Okay. On that note, guys, we'll talk.
I don't have a deck to spring. Damn it. Bye.
Peace.